talk about the paper on the effect of the charter school on achievement and behavior on public school students. The reasons is there's no doubt that the education plays an important role in the public economy, and also the student education quality now will lead to the failure or the achievement of the country tomorrow. So this is why I'm interested in this paper. So my presentation is designed to go through some points. The first is the introduction about the papers, about the hypothesis of the author, the way he collect the data, and how to classify into the samples. And next is the way of testing the hypothesis, and I will jump to the result, and the last is the conclusions. So I'm going to talk about the charter school definition. You can see that there are two types of charter. First one is district charter, which is funded by district, and another is the state charter, which is funded by the state. But both share the same characteristic, and you see they are publicly funded. They are given autonomy from the local district school, and they have a fewer regulation than the public school. And so the question is whether the charter give a positive or negative impact on the public school, whether they can create education and innovation to students, or they just ran the public school system of funding and certainly behind with cannot be worse off. So let's see, when charter receive the student enrollment, then they will get the money from the chartering authority, and also the public school receive public school don't have no student moving to charter, also receive a portion from this fund too. So as a result, because of financial incentive, public school of course start preventing students from attending to charter. And another idea is when charter attract too many students from the public school, then the public school will lose enough money and lose enough students, and they of course have to reduce their program and also the faculty. And if public school cannot overcome this situation, they will lead to shutting down their school. So because it's only whether the negative or positive impact, so the author raised a hypothesis is how the charter affect the student outcome and in traditional public school by looking at the stat score and the student behavior. So then it's not about that two barriers that need to take into account here. The first one is the internal movement of students. I may say that is the student choice of which school to study, and another one is the charter's location, mean the charter's choice of where to locate their school. In order to estimate the two barriers, we use the first one, the student effect, to estimate the first one, and by observing the characteristic of building stock near public school to estimate the second bias. So I move to the data collection. The data is collected from the large urban school district. Is the first place in the U.S. faced with the charter competition. We can get some information from this data about the disciplinary impression, the school suspension, student characteristic, the score from the Stanford achievement test. The Stanford test is a non-reference examination to test with its test scale to map the representative of students in the STEM grade. And we also get some information on attendance rate and hardship punishment from this data. And also data also collect from the county tax appraisal for information about local building stock, and from U.S. Department of Education common for the school addresses, and the last is from a state education agency for the information about the school characteristics. So because as you know, not all students attend to the Stanford test, so the data will be classified in the two samples. The first one is behavior sample, including all the students from grade 2 to 12, in order to analyze the discipline and the behavior of the student. And another is the test sample include students from the first sample but don't have score record in the Stanford exam into generate the test score row. And then move to the way testing the hypothesis about the first trial that I mentioned, because parents' motivations is considers the one of the characteristics of the students. So if the parent observe any chance in a public school that provide the charter competition, I mean the negative chances, so they will decide to keep into or move out of the school with the new charter. That's why if they observe the public school performance become good, they may quit that public school and completely turn to the charter. And another file that I mentioned is the charter location. Is not that therefore characteristics may affect the charter location. They are based availability, the transportation, economic conditions, and the quality nearby the public school. And then let's have a look. Have a look on this effect. So in the area with a low performing school area, there will be a higher demand for alternative school options, because it is easily to explain, because the parents don't want to see their children outcome is they don't want to let their children to study in a low performing from a low performing school. So they are looking for another school with higher quality. And in the area with the constant low performance school, so it is mentioned that the effect of charter will be underestimated. Otherwise, if in the area with the school becoming good, the charter will generate higher demand in the futures, because as I mentioned, they have the parents and students have the intention to move to another school with a higher quality. And then so as I mentioned, the difference between these papers and previous work is that the author to observe the characteristic of the building stock nearby public school in order to estimate the charter location. But in previous work before, other authors just use the school fixed effect to estimate the charter location. So let's see why the charter have to rent the buildings. The first reason is because they're lacking of money. Mean they don't have enough money to build their own building, so they have intention to use the donated space renting. And of course they just need a certain space of building, because with the large space they don't have enough money to pay, but with the small one they don't have enough space to operate, and they refer to shopping centers. So the number of shopping centers is also considered as one instrument to estimate to the result. Is because they are easily to be rent, and they have many space available and easy to renovate. So another observation to reach the result is observing the charter penetration. There are two purposes here. The first one is how to apply the Roper measure to calculate the charter penetration with the specific area, and the second one is estimate whether school is subject in the competitive pressure from the charter. So for the first purpose, I would like to mention about this formula to use to estimate the first purpose. This looks complex, but its mechanism is very simple. As you know, in the denominator is the total number of students attending in both public and charter school in a specific area, and in this paper that's 1.5 miles. And the numbers is the number of students attending in the charter only. So finally, simply, this formula is the fraction each other present of all public and charter school students with overlapping rate attending to charter school with in a specific area. And to estimate the second purpose, the authors use this formula. I don't explain about this formula, but I want to say about this purpose. The purpose is to estimate whether the increasing in the student enrollment in charter have any relationship, any linkage with the decreasing with the student enrollment in the public school. So let's see. So let's see. You can see. You can look at some result here. In one from 0 to minus to my sorry.
You want to press Control L. Oh.
You can see there's only the effect here. You see the difference. It means that the public school is likely to have the effect on to receive the effect of the charter school. So from the 0 to 2 miles. So this also can explain for the reason why the author choose 1.5 mile at the distance measure. So and let's move to the result. First one about the test score, and you can see the first and the second columns. So no difference between them because the author just used the same instrument. I mean the student fixed effect to estimate. So. But when observing the characteristic of the building stock nearby public school, you can see in the second from 5 columns there are the differences here. They are the statistically significant, as I underline in the red line. There's a drop in math and language. So the most important is the column C is the integrated instruments. So the sample may be smaller, but it will give more precise and creditable result. Also, that we can see the difference and here in math and language, and so it's likely to. That is to say that the school with the public school with increase from no charter penetrations within 1.5 miles. The math and the language good drop.
2 minutes.
Yes. Good drop. And the second result is on the behavior in the back. Let's have a look on the back panel B. I forgot to underline the disciplinary is still negative. It's still negative, but with fewer fraction, and so the attendance rate here is so the difference, and there is statistically significant. But the result is moved to 0 when the author use the integrated instrument. So why? So it can be explained that because it can be explained that the discipline improvement is just reflect the enforcement of adjustment. And so jump to the conclusion. So by entering the educational system, the charter may create a competition in a positive way. They can force the public school to devote more effort to improve their student performance, as well as the public school may work harder to prevent the student leaving. And another by creating the positive effect. When acting at a release valve when the public school override it, Otherwise, if public school cannot adjust the front class and give up and close their school, so this is where